Most teachers believe only children can learn to play the violin well. That's just not true. After playing the violin for 30 years and teaching hundreds of adult students, I found that anybody can master the violin, but only when they apply the 7 core principles that I will show you today. Principle number 7. Why age doesn't matter and what really matters. I once met a woman in her late 60s who walked into my studio with the kind of hesitant smile people have when they've already convinced themselves something won't work. She told me she had always wanted to play the violin. Always. As a child, she would secretly stop outside music schools just to listen. As an adult, she would go to concerts and always sat close to the violin section, so she could get a better look. But she was convinced she had missed her chance. I'm too old, she said. My hands are stiff. My memory isn't what it used to be. It's too late for me. I smiled and told her, "You're not too old. You just haven't started yet." She didn't believe me entirely, but she was curious enough to try. So we started with the basics. How to hold the instrument, how to draw a straight bow, how to make a sound without any squeaking or scratching. Nothing glamorous, just steady, step-by-step progress. There was one moment, around the 3rd month, that I will always remember. She had been struggling with a simple string crossing exercise. Just open strings, nothing more. And then one day it clicked, and for the first time she produced a phrase that actually sang. She was so surprised. She tried to hide a smile, but she couldn't. When she left, she was beaming. Over the next year, she kept improving. Every week she came on time to her lesson, having practiced consistently. Eventually, she performed for her family, trembling but determined. And a few days later, she told me something I will never forget. All those years, I thought I could not learn because of my age. But age was never the problem. The real problem was fear. Principle number 6. You don't need talent. You need a great teacher. When I started studying the violin, I was struggling to hit the right note, struggling to have a beautiful sound, and at this point I really thought I just don't have the talent. But then I hear of Jean Linaire. He was one of the best violin teachers in France, and all his students play in the best orchestra, and they won every competition. So I wanted to see for myself. And so I went to his school, and what I saw shocked me. All his students played so well. But after speaking with them, I really thought, I'm not sure they are more talented than me. It just looks like all his students are great. So it need to be him. I was lucky to be able to convince him to teach me for the next few years, and what I learned with him will completely change the way I played. And without him, I'm pretty sure I would never have become a professional violinist. By the way, if you're an adult and you want to learn to play the violin beautifully, we are organizing a free violin masterclass. You will find the link under this video. Principle number 5. People overestimate what they could achieve in 1 year and underestimate what they could achieve in 10 years. When I started studying the violin, I really thought I will study fast, in 1 year I'm a professional violinist. The truth is that it took me 10 years. And that's something too that I see sometimes with some students. They will come, start as complete beginners, and within only a few weeks they will make incredible progress. But in their head, they are a little bit disappointed that after 1 month they are still playing some easy songs, even if it sounds great. But because they thought they should be able to learn everything, they then just give up. And that's really sad, because I know that if I just continue practicing for a few months more, or 1 year, or even longer, they will have played the violin so well. Principle number 4. Learn to play beautifully from the start. I see a lot of new students coming to us after having learned the violin the wrong way. And always they are really very frustrated. Because although they played for months or sometimes years, it doesn't sound beautifully. And the truth is, you could learn to play the violin beautifully from the very start. I know some teachers say it will sound beautifully later. It's not true. If you play and it doesn't sound good, it means you are doing something wrong. And the more you repeat this pattern, the more difficult it will be to correct that later on. But how to do that? Principle number 3, you don't need to practice for hours. And of course, if you're a professional, you should practice for hours. But if you're a complete beginner, you will often do better by practicing 15 minutes daily than practicing 2 hours at a time and then for a few days not at all. And practicing more is not always better. Because if you don't understand how to practice, we just practice the wrong thing and develop the wrong habits. That's why you should really follow a plan and understand exactly what you need to practice. For example, this is a curriculum of the Violin Academy in level 1. And basically what you could do is just focusing on one thing at a time. Starting with the easiest thing, like having a perfect violin posture, then having a straight bow with the right bow hold, then having a beautiful sound with the bow, and then only starting with the left hand, and first only with one string, like the D string, only with 2 fingers. Then when you master them, adding the third one. Then you master this one, adding the fourth. And then only starting level 2 for us, for example, going on all the strings. But at the same time, you should not forget principle number 2. Have fun. It's super important to have a plan, to practice mindfully, to do specific technical exercises to develop your playing, but at the same time, you want to have fun. And that's what we advise our students to really take 20% of more of their time for fun. You could just play your favorite pieces, even if you don't have the level yet to play them, trying to play them with the best musician worldwide, or if you like that, start really from the beginning to play with other musicians. There are a lot of super easy arrangements you can play from the very beginning. But now let us talk about the most important principle. Principle number 1. Never ever give up. I can promise you that at some point you will be able to play the violin beautifully. So I wish you a lot of progress and a lot of fun, and never forget, never ever give up.